Okay, so I want to be. I'm sorry, I had to really like sit into what I just saw right now. Um, so this ain't going up. It goes up whenever I choose to post it. Um, ain't nobody else tapping in on us but our own government. They don't care about us. They care about the system. That's all it is. It really is. It has nothing to do with the people. It has to do with the system. So that's the reality of this non-reality that we live in. This this simulation that we're entwined in. But you know what's funny is that I see that, right? And I know. It's like I see it in my mind is telling me like, do you see what you're doing? Like they're really going out the utmost, doing the most to instill fear in people. Okay. I want you to understand that regardless of who you think you are and what you've done, all right? You are a divine being. Regardless of it all. I mean everything. Everything. Listen. It doesn't matter. I used to think that I was testing God, how people were saying whenever you're doing things and you know that it's wrong, right? Well, it was labeled wrong, right? Because it is what it is. We live in a world it's alchemy, and we used alchemy, and either what is labeled bad and was labeled good. That's why either or still wins. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, either or wins. So it's not the sense of stop trying to beat yourself up thinking that you have to be some type of way in order for you to be divine or to reach the heavens. And in all reality, heavens is within you. It's not without. You create the heavens. You are the creator. Okay? So it's not easy. That journey right there is not easy, and I know it very much so, but I'm just wanting to let you know that do not let the thought of guilt and shame of what you've done. I'm not saying that keep doing what you're doing, because by all means, what you're doing, is it producing anything that's gonna help you? Is it leveling you up in a more in tune, I'm not gonna say spiritual, more in tune way that you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, and you know what you're capable of doing. So you put it out there and not use it in a form that it only naturally brings chaos. So not using it in a form that brings imbalance. And this is where we're at. We're in a sense of it's in balance and it has to go in a balance, right? So guess what happens when it has to go in a balance? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like and I'm not speaking in codes. I'm just speaking because this is the way I need to speak. It's just information that is literally told to me over and over, and I just like put it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I put it in a cupboard because I was afraid of thinking that I was saying the wrong thing, but there is no wrong or right when I realized everything we learn every day. We learn every day. So you shouldn't beat yourself up because you messed up or you failed. A failure is really not failing because you're reaching that step forward to make sure you make that success regardless of what. Every failure reaches to your success. And that's true facts. We've seen it in people that've lived long lives, and they've lived in our legends now, you would say. They made a name for themselves. They made a name for themselves. They actually stand in their power. And that's what happened with them. And yes, some of them manipulated, or what you say. I don't want to go that route. I'm not going to go that route, because it's all equal, it's all duality. Like, there has to be a balance. That's just the form of we're created. Literally, we're created in that form, and in that form, the only way there is going to be some type of elevation or change or beautiful addition to yourself. Let's say you created this quantum energy that you can literally do things that people thought was impossible, and show people that it's not impossible. It is possible. But that's the level that you have to be connected to yourself. And it takes time. It takes practice. It takes focus. And it's not focusing on the fact that you want to go and learn that. It's focusing on you. And that's where a lot of, if you're understanding what I'm saying, a lot of us are at. That's where a lot of us are at. If you've been in this journey for a minute, that's literally where you're at. It's like, okay, you already learned yourself. So you see how beautiful and amazing and powerful and magnetic and attractive and just divine you are. But mind you, you still don't know how to be that yet, because this is the new, this is the unknown. So you're like, what should I do? Like, should I go this way? Should I go that way? Should I go that way? It's not about thinking. That's the problem. And that's where I say that it takes a while. It takes time. And that's one of the things that it takes time. Because my mental has been, I'm not going to be saying it's because we are all connected by all means. But my mental, it has been cleansing from and being infiltrating all of the things that didn't sit, that didn't belong. And by all means, I'm literally like that. It's like my mind, it goes through, all right, so if I would have recreate this and describe this in a form that people can actually envision it. All right, so let's say there's a beam of light, right? And it's not outside of me, but this is what my envision. It's not outside of me. It's really inside of me. I would say the beam of light is connected to, right? There's a vein that comes from me, my spirit, my being of light, my divine light comes and it goes around, connected to my aura field. So it's like, I don't know if you ever seen how the universe is, and it has like different forms and different lights and different, like, that's every single light, every single situation. The bigger the light, the bigger the situation. That's how I feel. Like, that's what you're creating. So you are that universe. You feel me? This is my universe. This is my universe, and I'm speaking in a sense of, this is my universe. So what I'm doing now is trying to understand, or not understand, trying to let go of wanting to control and think everything through. So generally the way it's written for me in a sense of numerology, that's one thing I have to overcome, which is the logic of it all. Because I have to be logical, right? This is just a form, a way that I chose to come to this realm. And I have to be logical. So I have to learn to let go of the logic and be free of the logic and let the unknown take its course. Because the unknown is literally going to take me to the most magical place in my life. I wouldn't be not knowing what's I don't it's like being a kid. You don't know what's going to happen. So when something great happens, like, how do you know if it's great? What if it's freaking extravagant? What if it's phenomenal? What if it's something that you never thought but even is capable of? Like, like that's something that's in my head. And then there's the fear of what what if I get lost in it, like. And but then there's the strongest, loudest voice saying that it is all divinely guided, and I am completely 100% protected. So take your time and don't be ashamed of how long it takes. Your greatness, and greatness takes time. All right, I love y'all. You're amazing.